Hello, my stamping friends. Brenda Hillard, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, here to you today with my mystery stamping. Mystery stamping at Create with Brenda is a monthly event. It happens the second Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. It's a virtual event via Zoom. And when you see this logo in my newsletters or on my email blasts or Facebook, um, that will indicate give you the Zoom link. It will give you the measurements. And then when we gather virtually via Zoom, we will assemble the card together. And each month I have a fun layout or fun fold or it's a mystery. You just don't know. But it's something that you can add to your creative recipe book to use for um, future projects. So I hope you'll join me. My next event is August 11th. And again, it's a Wednesday, second Wednesday of every month. So August 11th at 7 p.m. Subscribe to my newsletter below, and you will get notification of mystery stamping at Create with Brenda. So this month is what we have. It's a really fun and very different layout. Um, I was inspired by fellow demonstrator friend Mary Alice Bellis. And let's start out with our pieces, okay? You're going to have a standard card base that measures 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. I have a piece of mint macaron that measures 4 by 5.25. I have a piece of Misty Moonlight, and this measures, let me grab it here for you, 2.75 by 4.5. I have a piece of the beautiful hand-penned designer series paper that measures um, 2.5 by 4.25. And then is what I said was to get any kind of a border punch or die. So I used the stitched zigzag from the basic border dies. The stamp set I chose to use is the hand pinned petals and the penned petals or penned flower dies. So being mystery stamp is done, I can show you what this looks like. Now, um, I've done a couple different versions and I'll show you that. This one, I'm going to zoom in just a bit so you can see. This one I used the mint macaron to stamp the background. This one, although almost exact, I used the soft sea foam. So you can still see the imprint on the paper, just not as bold as this one. And then this one, I did a Christmas version, and this was really quite fun. And let me grab my catalog. So I used oh, I had people over this week to check out all the new Christmas stuff. And so my catalogs were a little displaced. So I can't show you the inside of the catalog yet, but your catalog should be arriving very soon. And the front of it looks like this. And did you know that there is going to be a second celebration this year? Starts August 3rd and goes through September 30th. If you're not familiar with Celebration, you, for every $50 increment you spend in either the mini catalog or the annual catalog, you can pick free product out of the Celebration catalog. So check that out. All right, back to this card uses the paper, the brand new Whimsy and Wonder paper from the, it's actually July through December mini catalog, but it due to some product shortages, it's starting on August 3rd. So this paper is adorable, and look at this sweet sentiment on the inside. I just love it. So anyway, there's that one. And this one uses like that different focal point. I just did the layering circle dies. So anyway, let's get started with our project today. I have to just grab a layering circle die, and then I'll be done bouncing around here. So if you don't have the layering circle dies, they are available in the annual catalog. We no longer sell circle punches, so that's a good, this gives you a lot of options for straight edge circles. And as you can see, the scallop circles as well. And they just all um, interchange. So let's take our stamp set. And like I told you, we are using the hand penned petals. And with the mint macaron ink and using the stemmed flower, I love this set. And it's really quick and really easy to create with. And I'll show you that here in just a minute. I'm inking that up, and I'm just going to go ahead, and being I'm using photopolymer, I have my silicone sheet, and I'm just going to stamp a background. Just kind of moving that stamp around in different angles. We'll get a couple on the edge here and down below. And there. All right. Isn't that just, I mean, that in itself is pretty, I think. And if you did like your little, you could even do just a little border on that. But I've got, I've got a good one here for you, and I showed you those. So I'm going to bring in my Simply Chamois and clean up my stamp. Looks like I need to re-moisten my stamp, and I don't know if you know me very well, but if you do, you know I hate the word moist, so I don't know why I just used that word, but I did. Okay, let's bring in our Memento ink, and on a scrap piece of basic white, I am going to, here's one. I just had to find one that would fit through my mini. I'm going to move that off to the side, place this here, ink it up really good. Looks like I maybe need to re-ink my Memento pad. And let's stamp that right on here. Okay. I have a mosquito buzzing through. Did you see it? The Minnesota state bird. They haven't been too bad this summer. I think it's been way too warm for mosquitoes. All right. I'm going to take my Highland Heather ink and in this set there's this dark bloom that fits and it doesn't fit exact. This is meant to be um, a little bit random, but it's beautiful when it's done, and it's really easy. You don't have to color them all in. You just simply stamp your flowers, your color into your flowers, and I'm using Blushing Bride, and I'm going to give that a little color. And then I'm going to bring back in the mint macaron and grab my leaves. So, and did you see how I stamped into the flower there? And it just kind of makes it peek up through there. It looks like the leaf is actually behind the bloom. Doesn't matter that you overlapped. So there's going to be our focal piece. Now, let's bring in our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And don't have, if you don't have the mini, you kind of need to look at that because it comes in so handy. So to die cut, you need platform 1, cutting plate 2. I'm going to put my stamped focal image. I'm going to take the outline for the flowers and just set that right on here. So yesterday I did a one-on-one with kind of a stamp and learn with one of my team members, and I showed her this oldie but goodie to put a post-it note to hold your die in place, and she was thrilled because she was having trouble with dies sliding. So there's through our little mini. This just peels off, and there's our focal piece. Love it. Then I'm going to bring in a piece of vellum, and vellum at Stampin' Up! Is a really nice weight. My stamping friend Donna pointed that out on our Zoom session on Wednesday about how great our vellum is. When you use Stampin' Up! Products, you kind of just forget about the quality of products because it's a given. I mean, it's just there. But if you're still not exclusive to Stamping Up, you'll find that there's a huge quality difference in our products versus the competitors. So give it a try. See what you think. All right, I'm just going to roll this right through. And that one I wasn't worried about it shifting off my stamped image, so I did not use a post-it note to hold it in place. So let's put our little mini to the side, and those are the die cut pieces that we need for our project. I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and we're gonna just burnish our score line, our 4¼ inch score line. So there's our card base. I'm going to bring in our stamped mint macaron background and using Stamp and Seal. We're just going to center that on. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. Wait. Oh, I'm glad I remembered. Okay, so this is where we have to bring in our other two pieces. 3 pieces actually. So what I want to do is just add some seal to this. And this is going to be a little long. See how I have that extended border down there? That's okay because in a minute you'll see why I'm not concerned about that. I'm going to put some seal right on the edge of my cardstock, and then I want to adhere our cute little border here. I just love this stitch zigzag. You'll see it on quite a few of my projects. Now, you see how that's a little long, right? So I'm just going to bring in my placemat is moving around here. I'm going to snip off my extra just using the Misty Moonlight cardstock as my straight edge, or my guide, I should say. And then we're going to lay this right across our card. And when you lay it down, make sure that you have your decorative border all the way across, okay? So we're going to have this piece now that looks like this. And I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to again use my cardstock as my guide, as my straight edge, and I'm just going to cut that extra off. That's why this didn't matter, okay? So now we are ready to, I'm going to move this because I have a little bit of that mint macaron ink on there. And you can see it kind of got on the back of my card, but that part's going to be underneath, so it's okay. And then I'm just going to lay that right down on my card base. So far, this is what we have. Then, using adhesive, I'm just going to attach my focal to the vellum circle, okay? And you'll find when you're using vellum, because it's sheer, you can see through it, that you have to be rather strategic in where you place your dimensionals, because otherwise you'll see them. So I just added um, like 3 little pieces here. They're my border off from my dimensionals. And I'm going to pop that up right here. All right. And then again, I want to turn this into a thank you card. So I'm going to use the thanks out of our hand penned petals. And I chose Memento Black ink. Guys, I thought I got that mosquito and I didn't. It's buzzing around here like crazy. Going on a mosquito hunt after the video. Okay, ink it up, and I'm just going to stamp it right in here. And I know I say it a lot, but remember, give your ink time to penetrate the paper. Just hold your stamp with light pressure there for a little bit, and then you get that beautiful image. So there's the card from our mystery stamp. And I couldn't decide, so I'll show you something that I did. I took our soft succulent open weave ribbon and I tied a little bow, and I want it to be really little. So you'll see me keep adjusting here. That looks pretty good. And I need to grab my ribbon scissor. It really does work well to have a special ribbon scissor that just is for ribbon only. It stays nice and sharp, and you get a really nice cut on the edges of your ribbon rather than the jagged. Our little snips are just $10, so they're very, very affordable. So what I did is I put a bow on my bouquet, which I liked. And then you'll see on this sample, I added some of the sequins because I had that flashy new silver foil behind and it's gorgeous. So there's lots of different embellishment options, but I wanted to show you this one today. The other thing too, let me pinch this and see if I can get it off from there without ripping. It's good without a ribbon. So you choose how you're going to embellish your card, but I hope you'll give today's layout a try. Be sure to post your project on my Facebook page at Create with Brenda using the hashtag July21 and get entered in to win my drawing at the end of the month. Have a great day, everybody, and I hope you'll join me on August 11th for my next mystery stamping virtual event via Zoom. Bye for now.